Hello, my name's Graham, and in this video about the R2SA concept, I'm going to cover the issue of the contract that must exist between the property owner and the SA operator, and how the owner gets paid. I run Carvetii Accommodation, which is a serviced accommodation company with properties in central Scotland and Cumbria. We currently have a dozen properties which we rent from their owners in order to run as serviced accommodation places, as well as others that are owned by me or by my asset owning limited liability partnership. So let's begin with the contract. Firstly, no, you can't just rent the property using what in England is an assured short hold tenancy, or its Scottish equivalent if you're up here north of the border, because you as an SA operator are not going to live there. And it would, in all probability, void the property owner's mortgage agreement. And no, you can't use a corporate let agreement either, because it's not the SA operator's employees that are staying there. What you need is a management agreement. This, in effect, puts you on the same legal footing as the likes of Travelodge and Premier Inn, who rent their hotel buildings from property investment companies and then rent the rooms out by the night in the same way that you're going to do. There are basically two types of management contract with various pros and cons for the property owner for each. The first and simplest is where the SA operator agrees to pay the owner a fixed monthly fee for managing the property and being able to run the property as a serviced accommodation. When I'm talking to owners about this sort of deal, I'm saying to them that I will guarantee them a fixed monthly income for the next 5 years. No voids, no hassle, no expensive refurbishments at the end of each tenancy, because I will keep on top of the maintenance all the way through. No monthly operating costs either, other than the buildings insurance, which they must retain themselves. And no letting agents fees or the work that they have to do in regard to lettings if they do it themselves. So if I'm taking on all of those costs and time and hassle away from them, I want a reduction in the monthly rent. I stress to them that what I'm trying to achieve is the same long-term cash in their pocket, but without the hassle of the troublesome tenants. And that normally equates to about 10% off the standard market rent for the property. Pros, well, it's simple and easy to understand for an amateur landlord. The cons, well, they don't get all the pros from the alternative that I'm just about to go through. So what is the alternative? The alternative is that I take a fixed percentage of the gross monthly bookings from the property, normally 20%. I then pay all of the serviced accommodation operating costs, the cleaning, the laundry, the maintenance, the TV license, the gardening, window cleaning, anything like that. And I then send the property owner what's left. Pros for the SA operator, it's less risky initially. If you're not paying out a fixed monthly rent, if the bookings don't come flooding in as you expect. The cons, it's a bit more on the careful administrative accountancy side to do the calculations every month. And usually there's less income from this deal than a straight rental. Because in the words of one savvy property owner that I do this kind of deal with, I know how much your cash flow is going to generate, Graham, and I want some of the cream, not just the milk. So the pros for the property owner, usually a better but variable cash flow. But the big one is that this is outside Section 24, whereas it is caught by Section 24 if you only have a fixed monthly rental. Finally, I do a hybrid scheme, which is a mixture of the two. Monthly rental is fixed at only just above the property owner's mortgage payment amount, so that they're never actually out of pocket. But if the occupancy exceeds 50% in any month, they get a bonus, and a further bonus if it exceeds 75%. That has the best of both worlds, as it moves the property outside of Section 24, but makes the accountancy function at the end of the month a lot simpler. So that's it for this video. I hope you've learned something. Keep well, keep your goals in mind, and keep going.